If you've got a high quality starter like this one from Quartermaster, you can practically set it and forget it. But getting the installation right is critical, and to help you nail that, we've got a few tips for you. Quartermaster's Ultra Duty starters are hand assembled and among the most durable starters you'll find anywhere. They produce extremely high torque to spin over even the most high compression engines and will work with both 12 and 16 volt systems. This makes them very popular with racers who simply can't afford a failure. And in fact, this reverse rotation unit is going onto a dirt late model race car which has already been outfitted with a Quartermaster bell housing and flywheel. But the same installation tips we're about to show you will also work in practically any application. Besides the starter, Quartermaster also provides the necessary mounting hardware and even a jumper so that the starter can be wired up to work with a remote solenoid setup. Using a remote solenoid to send power to the starter is almost a universal setup on race cars. It means you don't have to run your power wires from your instruments all the way down to the starter, and it simplifies installation and removal. Installing the jumper is simple, but the included jumper screw is too large for the hole in the spade terminal. The fix is easy. Just chuck up a 1/8 inch bit in a drill and open the hole up. Now you can remove the nut from the unused stud, slide the jumper in place, and secure it to the spade terminal with the included hardware. Here's how it should look with the jumper in place. And now that we've got the jumper in place for the remote solenoid, we can go ahead and put the starter on the bell housing. For reverse mount applications like you see on this dirt late model, Quartermaster's ultra lightweight magnesium bell housing includes a machined aluminum plate for securely mounting the starter. It also does a great job of precisely locating the starter relative to the flywheel so that you get the correct mesh for great component longevity. The end of the starter has a machine collar that precisely fits the aluminum mounting plate on the bell housing. Once the starter's in, it's just a matter of tightening up the mounting bolts, which is 3 in our case. Different applications will use different size bolts, but Quartermaster provides the correct torque included in all the instructions. Do, however, take a moment to ensure that with the starter disengaged, you have approximately 100 thousandths of an inch, give or take 40 thousandths or so, between the starter pinion and the ring gear. This is so the starter has enough room to completely disengage and separate from the ring gear after the engine fires up. Finally, install a power wire to your remote solenoid. Make sure the power wire is large enough to carry plenty of juice to the starter. And then attach the other end to the same terminal post you previously installed the jumper on. Remember, this post isn't a hardened steel bolt, so use just enough torque to secure the nut. And if necessary, use a few zip ties to secure the power wire so it won't be flopping around underneath the car. And that's it. You're done. As you can see, the Quartermaster package is straightforward and easy to work on. All that's left to do is to fire up the engine and go racing.